What's going on, guys? My name's RMisHERO, and we are back with another video. Today, we are looking at the brand new characters, the brand new two characters, Wedding Naruto and Wedding Hinata. So, obviously, they look weird, and that is because that is end of the anime characters. You know, during the anime, they didn't get married or anything. So, it's just that it's coming up, and they wanted to celebrate that. So don't flip a tit over saying, oh, they're going all over the place. No, they're just doing this just to celebrate the anime. Anyways, I just want to say shoutouts to Reddit. I'm gonna start putting the link to the actual Reddit in my description at all times. It'll be the default, just so then everybody understands that I get my information there, or from Anton himself, or from, you know, just other people. People say that I don't credit, but I mean, just watch any of my videos. I mean, the people who do watch my videos know, and they're like, what the hell, you always do. I know. I don't know why I brought it up, but, you know. There we go. Anyways, let's get straight into this video. Alright, so we're starting off with the Naruto. Before I actually go into that, I just want to say that, yes, this new overlay, I made it. I'm gonna start making them like this now, just then, you know, it's easier to see, and it looks clean, and everything. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it. Leave in the comments and tell me if you guys do. I made it so then you guys can sort of read along or, like, look at the stats and everything. But, yeah, so, that's that. Another thing is I want to talk about the banner itself. I should have talked about it earlier, so I apologize for that. But, these two characters are limited edition, meaning you're only going to be able to summon this one time. This one time this banner comes up is the only time this banner, or these banner cards will be out. So, I recommend pulling on it. You'll understand stat-wise and everything-wise later on, but as of, like, just novelty, I guess, I would highly recommend trying to pick these two characters up, purely just because, you know how it is. But, yeah, so, with this, I'm gonna start doing, or with this new overlay, I'm gonna start doing more information about the characters, just so then you guys know. But, yeah, so, let's start. It's a heart character, 50 cost. That's 10 below the usual cost, which is 60, obviously. And it looks like they're doing it just for these characters. As of right now, we do not know. But yeah, so I don't want to get too in-depth in this character, but, you know, let me just read the stats, alright? So HP is 2028, and attack is 1408. He has a short range, so his attack is on the lower side, but his HP is a freaking tank, man. It's 2000 right off the bat, 2300 with the pills. And yeah, so his field skill boosts attack for skill units by 150 to 300, depending on how close you are to the Naruto. That's how it's always been. And his buddy skill reduces damage from body enemies by 20%. Now, I'm gonna explain to you guys how or why this all makes sense later on in the video. Looking at his jutsu, it is a 4 chakra cost, 4.2 times attack and heart damage to one enemy, and his ultimate is 8 chakra, 8.5 times attack and heart damage to one enemy. But if the character has been jutsu sealed, then he deals 12 times damage, which is gonna tie into Hinata and everything like that. I'm gonna start reading the abilities, like the dupe abilities, just so then you guys understand. I feel like it makes the character overviews better and more in-depth. So, pretty much, there's 5 abilities, and all 5 of them are reduce damage from skill enemies by 10%. Now, that means if you pull 5, or if you pull 6, and you feed the 5 dupes into it, obviously, you unlock all those abilities, and you take 50% off damage from skill units, which is a pretty cool thing, but he is heart unit, so he's barely taking any damage either way, but that just makes it unbelievably easy to do heart only events up against skill. So yeah, that's that. Moving on to Hinata, and I'm gonna talk about how they work well together in that part. Alright, and now Hinata. She is a 50 cost, so just like Naruto, and she is a skill unit. Now, her unit being skill, or her typing skill, is a very, very important factor into why this character works well with Naruto, which they should, because, you know, they're husband and wife, I guess, by now. It's weird to say that, but yeah. So, looking at her HP, it is 1114, and her max attack is 1632 for a mid-range unit. Now, that's below average slash average, but around there. It's around there. It's mediocre attack and health. Health is kind of low, but yeah. Looking at her field skill, it boosts attack of heart units by 175 to 350. That means if you have both the characters together, they're constantly boosting each other, which makes these two characters so useful if you just take them together in a raid. I feel like they've been doing this recently. I talked about this in the podcast with Berto and PS360 and Mystic, which should be coming out relatively soon. But we talked about this and how they've been making these characters work so well together, like the two banner cards that should be partners in a sense, or, you know, teammates or whatever the case. They work so well together. Looking at her buddy skill, it boosts critical rate by 2.25, which isn't really that important. But looking at her jutsus, her first one is 4 chakra for 5 turns, blocks up to 3,000 damage. Now, Mystic made a really good point on this, saying how that is an insanely good thing. Looking at Drobo, it's like for 5 chakra, and it's not, like half of that damage block up, if you guys know what I mean. So that's a really OP Hinata first jutsu right off the bat. That's 3,000 damage, where you're gonna be saving that. You're not gonna be getting hit at all, which is very, very useful in a lot of ways, which, you know, it's pretty explanatory, to be honest. But looking at her ultimate, it is 8 chakra, 8.5 times attack and skill damage to one enemy, and here's the big thing. 90% chance of jutsu sealing for 6 turns. Now, what does that mean? That means these two characters work extremely well together. Like, I just said that a little bit ago, but they do. Like, field skills work perfectly together, and then both of their jutsus work perfectly together. So that means let's say you use Hinata's ultimate, do 8 times damage, 8.5 times damage, and then seal the character, or, you know, 90% chance to seal, which is almost 100. So I mean, give it 100. So that's 90%. That character is most likely sealed. Then you use Naruto, and bam, 12 times damage, which both of those together, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm just fanboying over that. But yeah, so that's how it is. Now, looking at the abilities for Hinata, her first 2 are actually reduced chance of being immobilized by 10%. Personally, I don't really care for that one. It could come in handy, I guess, eventually. Looking at her third ability, dupe ability, of course, restores 100 HP every turn, which is so good. Which means pretty much every move she heals 100 HP, which, you know, you can always use more HP. Looking at her fourth ability, it restores 1 chakra when moving to next map, and her ultimate, or her last 5th ability, I cannot talk today. Her last 5th ability boosts jutsu sealing by 10%, so if you pull 6 of her, you're gonna get 100% chance jutsu sealing for 6 turns, which, I mean, is it worth it? I don't know. It just, I hope you get lucky if you're trying to get all of that. But yeah, so those are the 2 characters in general. Alright, so here is the part of the video where I give both of them my rating out of 10. And of course, I have to say this every time because, you know, people are gonna click on it. And, you know, just, you know how it is. Alright, so, as always, this is my opinion. If you guys disagree, leave in the comments. I would love to talk to you guys about how I'm wrong, or, you know, how I'm wrong, most likely is how it's gonna happen. Just leave in the comments and I'll talk to you. I do that all the time with these character overviews. People give opinions and I comment and I give my opinions, like agreeing or disagreeing, and most of the time I'm agreeing because, you know, I suck at I suck sometimes. But yeah, so I'm gonna give them both. Now I'm gonna give them both 7.5s. Now the reason why I give them both is because they're so good in their different ways. Hinata's blocking is huge, and Naruto's jutsu multiplier for that ultimate jutsu is also huge, because other characters can seal also. It's not just Hinata. So overall, they're both good characters. If I had to say which one was better, I'd say Hinata, but, you know, they're pretty good. Well, they're really good together. I would bring them up a 0.5 if they were together. But yeah, so that's my rating. If you guys disagree, you know, just leave in the comments and I'm down. Alright guys, But that's gonna be the video, so if you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and as always, have a nice day.